Hi guys, what we're doing today is we're working on my sealed propane box. So I'll go over what I've been doing here. Sorry for the mess, it's just the way things go. I'm stepping on something. So basically what we have here is 1/2 inch pine that's been glued together with PL Premium, which is right here. It's this high quality construction adhesive. Highly recommend using this stuff. It's very strong. It's supposed to be so strong that it's stronger than the wood itself once it's set. So I used a spoon, plastic spoon, I don't know where I put it, to just dish in these curves here. So there's no way any air is getting out of there. So the idea is you build the propane box and you completely seal it so that if there's a leak, you don't get any in your living area in the van. And also what you do is you drill a hole through the bottom and then through the bottom of the van so that because propane is heavier than air, it's going to go right outside. So I've got these 2 strips done. I need to do 2 more on each side. And so yeah, like I was saying, this is 1/2 inch regular pine plywood. If you can use better quality stuff like stiffer, it's probably even better. And what I have here is strips of oak that I cut. I used oak because it's really stiff. And because what we have here is we have these set screws. Let's see if I can find one. Right here. Actually, that's not a good one. Where are they? I probably used them all. Here's one. And these go in underneath the wood. And then I'll show you this mistake piece I have. I actually had to saw it off because I realized once I had it glued on that it's supposed to be between here and here. Has to be 12 inches, otherwise the propane tank is not going to fit in. And it was like too small, so I had to, I think I was 11 or something. So I had to take it off and start again. Anyway, yeah, so this is what it looks like, and then you have the screws that go in there. And then once these are all set, these screws will come out, and these will all be off. These are just in there as placeholders. And then you'll have your door, which will go on top. And then, between the door and before the door is sealed, get the stuff out. Use some sort of weather stripping like this, and you put it. Keep in mind, all these screws and stuff is going to be gone, and there's just going to be the foam tape there, and these holes where these screws are, so that you can put the screws in through the door, and then there'll be a hole there, so that it'll be completely sealed off. So that's the idea. So that's the door, how do you get the tank in and out. Then, I don't know if this is the top or the bottom. You use this thing, which is called a Gamma Seal lid. And I hope this is big enough. Yeah, it is. And you use the bucket, a white bucket. I'm going to cut this about 2 inches down, or maybe, I don't know, a little more. And this goes on top. And that seals, let's see if I can do this here. Yeah, and this seals right on like this. Anyway, it screws on, and as it kind of completes the seal, there's, you can see that little white strip of sealing plastic rubber stuff. And this part will go on top of the lid, so that it's going to be sealed. And then I'm going to use L brackets just to screw this top part of the thing onto here. Of course, there'll be a hole here. That way I can access the valve to turn it on and off easily. And I'll have enough room to spray water in there, or soapy water, to check the connection to make sure there's no leaks. Okay, got a tank here. Bought it off Craigslist for $20 empty. I'm gonna go exchange it. Or I guess I could figure out how much it costs to fill it. But up in here in Canada, it's much more expensive. So we'll do what we can. So let's see if this fits. I don't know if I'm able to do this with one hand. Probably not, but let's see. It's a struggle with one hand, that's for sure. But it does barely fit. So that's pretty tight though. I don't know. I still gotta connect the hose and everything. That's the other thing I gotta think about, is how I'm gonna connect the hose with it staying closed and everything. More thought required. Okay, got the hole drilled for the propane hose. And I realized that what I need to do, where the heck did I put it? Oh, it's still on here. It's gonna go right through here, of course, from the other side. And what I realized is that if I was gonna put it over here, but I have to put it in a corner because the lid, it's gonna use up a lot of real estate. So it's either gotta go in that corner or this corner. I decided that this is gonna be right where the heater is, and it's safer to have it over here. However, it means that my hose, which is only 2 feet long, I thought I'd only need a short one, might be too short. So worst case scenario, I'm gonna have to order a 3-foot hose, but I can't really have the hose here, because if that's by the heater, that would be not a good situation, because then of course the hose would be heated up and damaged. Now, the next thing I just did, excuse me, is I cut the top off my white bucket over here, and I trimmed, I had one of these lips here, and I trimmed it off, as you can see. Now I'm going to trace this and make the hole for the lid to go in, and I'll probably cut this shorter, but I figured it's better to have it too long at first and trim it later than have it cut too short. Okay, hole is cut and the tank is in. You can see that this is either going to be absolutely perfect or just too short. Kind of the story of my life. The heater is going to be right here, and then the little base thing is right there, so it's either going to fit perfectly or it's going to be just a bit too short. Oh well, let's find out. So now the next part is, once you take your part that I just sawed this off for a second. It's hard to do with one hand. Almost impossible to do with one hand. So this is going to go in here, and I'm going to put L brackets, and like 16 of them. I got a whole bunch of them. I'm going to put them all the way around, and then I'm going to either use silicone, or I have a whole bunch of that die-course lap sealant left over. I might use that, but I think that's going to be messy. I might just use silicone, since I have lots of that too. And stick that on there, and that'll give me easy access to the thing, and I'll be able to spray it, just the hose if necessary. And then once I'm done, put it on. Seal it. It'll be completely sealed. Of course, I'm going to have to seal this hole too, which is going to be tricky. But I had to make it a little bit larger in order to fit the this fitting through. Okay, next step is to attach these L brackets, and I got them somewhat evenly spaced all the way around. Drill pilot holes and make sure the bolts aren't going to interfere. I had to buy these junky bolts. I'm not happy with these things from Home Depot, because I used them previously, and I don't know if I can show you one somewhere, but they just kept stripping out. Like, I don't know if you can see these, but the bolt heads are very worn out, and I guess I need like stainless steel or something stronger, but they didn't have any that were 1024, which matches the T-nuts that are on the other side of this, where these are going to go into. And I knew I was going to need a bunch of these for this one, so I just bought a 100 pack, because it ends up being cheaper. Instead of buying 3 different packages, just buy one big one. I just use the same bolts for everything. Excuse me. So I think I'm going to go online and see if I can buy some good quality ones to go into these T-nuts that they're in here. They're on the other side, inside here. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to have to connect this up, undo it all, and then put the silicone in, and then tighten it up again. Okay, so I had to put these screws in upside down, these bolts, because they're a bit long. So what would happen is they would interfere with putting the tank in. So I put it upside down. Then these things go on top. Focus, please. Thank you. Okay, got the screws all in. That was a big job. Trying to figure out how to put these best, and it just worked out that I had to put the screw bolts on the inside longer ways, because it was interfering with these bolts. Would have helped if I had shorter bolts, of course, but that's the way she goes. About the 100 pack, so I'm going to use them. So I guess the next step is silicone. Okay, excuse me, got the sealant in there. I just used Dicor Lab sealant because that's what I had. And I have some silicone somewhere, but I couldn't find it, so I hope that works okay. I sealed all the bolts and sealed where the white bucket meets plywood. So, see how that does. Alright guys, well, I had some problems with these screws. I just couldn't get them to line up. So what I ended up having to do is use 2-inch screws, which are huge. Like this. And basically leaving a lot of slack and then pulling it in, figuring out which one is the trouble screw and starting with that one first. And it seemed to work. So you can see I don't think any air is going to get through there. Still not thrilled with this. I need to fill all the glue hole, or the drill holes with glue. There's a lot of them. And then I was hoping to keep this a natural look, but since there's a lot of unpleasing aesthetic aspects, I'm going to have to paint it. Which means I can't really put it in the van, because it's going to stink out the van with the smell of paint drying. Anyway, suffice it to say that this is not a professional job, and it is what it is. And if you decide to take this project on yourself, I'm not a professional. This is just an idea that I had with the methods I chose to use. And it seems pretty strong and solid and airproof to me, but I guess what I'm saying is take upon this project at your own risk. All right. So I think I'm going to leave this video there and paint it up, fix it up a little bit, and call it good for now. So take care and have yourself a good night.